Good evening everyone, this is Orestes and Mira. We hope you're having an amazing day. Today it is a wonderful Friday evening here in Da Nang, Vietnam, and we are right outside the Grand Mercure Hotel. We are about to visit their restaurant. It's called La Rive Gauche. As we are about to enjoy yet another buffet here in Da Nang, today's buffet is a rather special one. We are going to their Friday special, unlimited barbecue seafood. So this buffet offers a selection of more than 100 different seafood dishes, or so they claim. We will have to put it to the test. So very curious what they have to offer. Obviously this is a hotel buffet. It is a 5-star hotel, so we are back to our usual luxury buffets, you can say, and we are about to see what they have to offer. So we currently have just a few minutes left, so let's start walking towards the hotel and we'll see you there. Let's go. So Mira here is often mistaken as a Vietnamese woman. She gets that a lot, that people speak to her in Vietnamese. Luckily, I don't have this problem. However, I do also have a problem, as apparently I'm a lady. So from now on, you will refer to me as Miss Orestes. Jokes aside though, look how wonderful this area is. And this is probably the last time you see that much light outside. It's gonna get dark very, very soon. So since we're a bit early here, let's take a walk around and check out the buffet. And over here they even have an outdoors area. As you can see, there will be a live grill. So I guess that's where the main fun begins. Some items here are already ready. Oysters and some chicken wings, as well as pork ribs. And over here we have some prawns, some squid, calamari, and even some local fishes. These appear to possibly be river fishes. And over here the grill is warming up, and even more seafood to be grilled. So the buffet should start very, very soon. Let's head back to our table and officially begin once it's time. Let's go. Over here we have a little dim sum corner. They have shumai, dumplings, steamed pork ribs with black bean sauce, and chicken feet. Oh, I think Mira might have to try that. She likes chicken feet actually. And by the looks of it, here you can get some soup with either seafood or some meats. And they can even make you seafood fried spring rolls over here. So there appears to be a lot of cooking going on here, like live cooking. What do you recommend? Which is the best here? The best thing to eat?
I think all the food is
All the food is good, right? It looks very good.
Seafood and sashimi is
There will be outside grilling, right?
BBQ with
Barbecue.
seafood in that live slicing. Steak unlimited one like a la carte for the.
Okay, so we can order from there. Okay, nice. Thank you. And look at that, our round one of free flow beer has arrived, along with some kind of drink. Appears to be something with orange by the looks of it. Let's take a sip. Very nice juice. Actually, it's not orange juice. I think it is a tropical fruit juice. Maybe some mango in there, some pineapple for sure. Really nice. Very fresh and fruity.
I can taste the ginger a little bit.
Yeah, this is certainly not a ready drink. It appears to be their own juice. Maybe it's a cold pressed juice that they make by themselves, but very, very tasty. And the sip of the beer. On to a great start at another wonderful buffet. Very refreshing. And I think it's time to get started. Let's head out and pick up some starter items. Let's go. Let's grab a plate. Hand it over to Mira. She will be helping us like always. And since we are here, let's start with cooked items. This is some wonderful steamed broccoli. This is with crab and meat sauce. Ooh, interesting. Let's get a piece over here. Broccoli with some shrimp. And also let's get some of the sauce. Ooh, it appears to be a quite sticky sauce. Over here they have some wok fried noodles with seafood. Ooh, they also look wonderful. Normally I wouldn't go for noodles, but these just look too tempting. So let's not take too many though. Oops. It is a little hard to get the noodles out, but we managed to get some. And let's try not to make a mess. The onions are stuck. Okay, good enough. This is a seafood congee. I think we need a special bowl for this, so let's keep it for now. And over here, some fried prawn with salted egg yolk. Oh, that looks really nice. And Mira also wants some, so let's just get a few of those. And maybe one more to share with Mira. The third one will be the shared one. We will make it half and half. Over here, some pan-seared salmon with teriyaki. Ooh, looks very nice and crispy. Let's get a big piece, thicker piece, and also a long piece. Excellent. Over here they have some sauce. They do have cream cheese, what appears to be possibly a soy sauce. Over here some fried veggies. And mashed potato. Should we put a little bit of mashed potato with the salmon? Let's do it actually. And maybe a little bit more. Next to the salmon. Just excellent. And over here they have this wonderful fish. Looks just great. Let's just get a piece. I think you have to like pry it off. You just pick it up, and as much as sticks to the, we will have to take the orange as well. Some of the orange for extra aroma. And let's get some meat. There are some pieces that look more rare. We will take those down here that are a little bit more on the well done side. Excellent. Some mushroom sauce for the meat. Let's put a little bit of that on the meat. And maybe one more. Just perfect. They also have some peppercorn sauce. We will try that one later with some meat. Let's continue over here, see what else they have. They have many sauces and a lot of different dressing as well. They have sesame dressing, Japanese sesame, balsamic, Vietnamese vinegar oil, honey mustard, Thousand Islands, Thai fish sauce even. They have a lot of Thai things as well for Mira. Here all the items to make your own salad, as well as the necessary lettuce. Oh, and here they have a little mozzarella pasta with sausage and pesto sauce. It even appears to have some cream cheese, or is it ricotta cheese? I don't know. Let's take one of those. Pumpkin and spinach salad. Mira is really interested in that. Right here, hopefully it doesn't touch the meat too much. And I will also take a roll with beef. This is the pho roll, as you can see. And these are the first items. Let's get some more. And they even make some live pasta here. They have fresh pasta made right in front of you. And my favorite, my new favorite, the cheese station. Let's see what they have. This is a Gouda, but it appears to be a quite fatty Gouda. So let's try this. Wonderful. Emmental, not a big fan. Cheddar though, I do like. And here is also my new favorite, the blue cheese. Let's grab this extra moldy piece over here. And maybe one more because I really like blue cheese. Also some of the smoked salmon. And they even have a different fish over here. This is a different kind of smoked fish, also smoked fish. So let's take a little bit of both right here next to the cheeses. And let's also try some of that. Small pieces at first because I don't know if I'm going to like it. You can also add some additional toppings on your salmon. Let's do the classic, some capers. Tried it last time at Flow Hilton, I think, and it did taste nice. So let's put a few capers, not too many, on top of our salmon. And I even have some ham here. I think I'll just try this one. This one looks interesting, the little sausage over here. Let's see what that is all about. This seems to be typical salami. Actually, try a piece of the salami too. Why not? It's a buffet. But I think I'll skip the plain ham. Looks like a plain ham. And over here you see the live pasta making. And in it goes. And we will certainly have to try some of that later after we finish our appetizers. But for now, let's check out these dim sum items. These are steamed pork ribs with black bean sauce. Ooh, look interesting. Let's just take some. Get those two right here. They look really nice. We put them right here in this corner. And let's continue with some dumplings. Only a few left. Let's try one. And maybe another one. And over there, the classic shumai. These are usually a bit plain, so we will just take one to try. Over here. Let's see what I also have back here. Some additional dumplings. I think maybe try the one with some blue over here. Maybe it is something special due to the blue color. And let's also check the other ones. This is the classic hagao, I think. We're gonna skip that as we already have too much. And some additional ones. These look maybe like they have some pork filling, but I think we're also going to skip those. And finally, even more hagao style dumplings. Let's just also skip those. Mira, however, wants some of the soup here with noodles. So Mira placed an order here. They are being boiled lightly. Actually, mostly warmed up, not really boiled. And she will get some meat, as well as some shrimp and some squid. I think she only wanted the squid, but one shrimp fell in as well, not too bad. And of course she will add some additional items, some fresh green onions, fried garlic. Will she also put chili? Let's see. Yes, the chili sauce. Even more of a pasta making here. And Mira will also get a shrimp paste on sugarcane. She really liked that last time. So let's start with some of the items over here. We are very hungry already, so let's get started and enjoy some of the appetizers. And many of those items can be considered main dishes, but let's just call them appetizers for now. I guess this right here can classify as an appetizer, as just a broccoli with some crab in a nice sauce. They call this a meat sauce. Ooh, and it appears to be quite on the harder side of things. Not very soft at all, so it's barely steamed. With a meat sauce. Let's see how it tastes. Quite plain actually. You do taste the crab though. The crab does add a nice flavor to the sauce. It is a little bit cold. I don't know if this is supposed to be warm, but very nice as an appetizer. And the rest of our broccoli, let's be a little bit healthy. Excellent. And next we have the noodles with a shrimp. And maybe we'll have to cut those. Let's get some of the noodles with some onion. We had to cut them with a knife. So they appear to be thin noodles. What noodles are these, Mira? Do you know?
In Thai, we have the same as we call miso.
But they're Chinese, right?
Yes, I think so.
So these are called misua in Thai, but they are Chinese noodles. So let's give them a try. Oh wow. Very light creamy taste. These actually melt in your mouth. They're not sticky at all. They just disintegrate. A little bit like stir-fry noodles. Very light sauce. You do also taste the peppers as well. It has orange and yellow peppers. Very like this as well. Let's make a bite with a little bit of everything. Some shrimp, some yellow peppers, as well as the red pepper down here. Big bite. The full bite much more flavorful. The shrimp and the noodles just combine wonderfully. Very light and very well cooked dish. Everything is very soft and just melts in the mouth. Really great, something very unique that I've never had before.
This one is nice. I like it.
This is the flower of the pumpkin. Mira likes it a lot. Take a good look. And in it goes. I think we should continue with some mashed potato as it's only gonna get cold. We don't want that. Seems very nice and fluffy. Very nice actually. Nice potato taste. While they did make it a little bit creamy, you can still taste the potato really well. It has gone a little bit cold, but it's still very enjoyable. Let's also get a piece with some salmon. Let's get a bite of the longer piece here. It's easier to cut. And we will also add some of the mashed potato on top. A little bit of an overload right here, but very nice. Oh, the salmon is very tasty. Wow, perfectly cooked, not dry, just a tiny bit juicy still. Really good, and the skin on top is very nice and crunchy. And let's actually try the salmon on its own. We will just do this whole piece, a one biter. Really nicely cooked salmon. It appears to have been cooked just in some butter and its own fat. Very nice. And we have transferred some appetizers over from our second plate. Here we have some pen with a little bit of pesto sauce by the looks of it, and some cheese, and even a little bit of a salami at the bottom. So let's try the full bite with the cheese, pasta, and the toppings. This is a very nice cheese. I think it is ricotta cheese, but it is proper ricotta cheese. Really nice. It has a little bit of a sour taste to it. So this is a really nice cold pasta salad. The tomato also adds an interesting kick to it, very nice and fresh. And this is the pumpkin. We will pass it over to Mira because she asked for it. Let's see what she thinks of it.
Smell grilled a little bit and it's sweet and nice.
So lightly grilled with a nice sweet flavor. I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin. I think it is a little bit too sweet for my taste, and I don't like the texture as well, so I think I will skip that. And let's try some of our shrimp with a salty egg yolk sauce. Those look very interesting. Managed to clean one right here with Mira's help. Let's dip it in some of that sauce. Nice and sauced up. Very interesting. Haven't had shrimp like that before. So the sauce leaves you a very nice aftertaste. I think I like it. Very new and interesting taste for me. I don't taste much of the egg, even though it is definitely there. It feels like it has a slightly grainy texture to it. Very interesting and very aromatic. And maybe just one more. And since we already began with the seafood, let's also try some of the big fish with the salt coating. So this is the fish fillet right here with some orange, as you can see. Let's take the part that was touching the orange. Let's take some from right here. This we will try on its own, no sauce needed. Oh, wow. I immediately got hit with a taste of the orange, which goes really well with fish, I have to say. Never had this combo before, but really nice. The fish appears to be just a standard white fish, very nice and juicy though, big chunks of fish. You can definitely enjoy a lot of that. Very soft, really well cooked, doesn't have any bone or anything. You can just enjoy it again and again, and I think that's exactly what we're gonna do because it just tastes amazing. And one more bite. These are some of the nicest and juiciest fish pieces that I've had in a long time. I usually don't really enjoy fish. However, I think this might be one of the first times that I will go for a refill for fish. Usually doesn't happen. And as you can see, it is already finished. We will definitely have to get some more of that. Just excellent, this one. Ooh. And I have the orange flavor again. Simply amazing. Finally, we have the beef here with the mushroom sauce. This piece even has some mushroom. Let's try it. Very thin piece. And this one, while cutting it, it already felt a little bit on the rare side. It didn't cut very easily, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. Let's go. Actually though, it is a very soft and easy to chew piece of meat, so just the cut of meat I think helps a lot, and it doesn't need too much cooking. Take it back, this is well cooked. It didn't need any more cooking. And just one more piece over here. Let's avoid the fat, it is a little bit on the fatty side. A really good quality beef, very tasty, very tender. And the mushroom sauce just adds a little bit of an extra flavor, which is necessary, I think. The combination is just wonderful. And another sip of our beer. This is draft beer, very nice, light, has a little bit of a fruity aftertaste even, really enjoyable.
Finally, I found a chili.
She put quite a bit of the chili paste, or the chili oil, I don't know what it was, but she found her chili, finally. And Mira has had some issues finding proper chili in Vietnam, and Hoi An she was fine because they had the Hoi An chili paste, but here in Da Nang she's struggling a little bit. Finally she got it here though. And let's finish up these appetizers, as we also want to head out to the grill for the real fun. Let's start with some of the salmon with a piece of the capers. Wonderful smoked salmon, and with capers it goes together really well. Wow. Bursting with flavor, as always, the salmon, very nice smoked flavor, and the capers just adds the necessary saltiness, really nice. And let's also try some of this other smoked fish. I don't know what this is. It is very soft and brittle. It falls apart, just look at it. I will eat it all at once just to be able to assess the full flavor. Hopefully it's not too strong tasting. This tastes interesting. It almost tastes salty and smoky like the salmon. However, it has a slight fish roe aftertaste. I don't even know how that makes sense, but I'm tasting something really salty, really smoky, but also with the fish roe aftertaste, like really seafoody and briny. Strange, but I liked it. Maybe we will have to ask what this fish exactly is, because it might just be a different variation of the smoked salmon. It didn't look like salmon though, so really curious what that is. Let's continue with some of the cheese. I think this right here was the cheddar, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think it is the cheddar. Let's have a bite. This is a mild one, quite mild and creamy for a cheddar. Let's try a little bit of this one as well. I'm pretty sure this should be the Gouda. Looks also like a Gouda, but maybe they label them wrongly, but I do have a cheddar aftertaste now in my mouth, so maybe just a very mild cheddar. This is definitely a Gouda cheese. So I guess this piece over here is the cheddar, very mild and creamy one. And I guess the reason why I was confused at first was because I've only had the dry and matured cheddar before. I haven't really had one that is soft like this. And that one has a very salty taste, so I guess this is just a milder kind of cheddar. Very interesting, also really tasty if you love cheese. Let's also try some of our ham here. Let's try this little sausage thing. It looks to be rolled in some flour, probably like a spicy type of sausage, maybe some garlic. Let's give it a try. Actually, I think you might not be supposed to eat the outside. Let's try to cut it. So I think this one you're supposed to peel. Yeah, this is definitely a very thick and plasticky exterior. You're not supposed to eat that. So let's try to eat this little piece over here. It looks very nice and fatty. Has quite a bit of spice actually, which is not garlic. It's not a garlicky and spicy sausage. It's more something like cumin maybe. I taste something like along the lines of cumin. I'm not sure if it is cumin. Interesting, even though I wouldn't say it's my favorite. And I think these items are a little bit too many to do a full description of every single one of them, but we will try some of the dumplings as well as this interesting meat back here. So let's try this first dumpling here. Seems to be a pork filling with some herbs maybe. Ooh, pork and shrimp filling. I did get something really spicy initially. Ooh, it has quite a little bit of chili I think inside. So it's a pork shrimp with a lot of chili. And we're also gonna have the rest. The inside is just your typical pork and shrimp, but it does have quite a bit of a chili kick to it, which, while I do like, it doesn't allow you to eat many, otherwise your whole mouth will be burning. And finally, I also want to try this blue one over here. You can see maybe some mushroom here. I think I do detect some mushroom. Let's cut it in half. Yeah, I think those are definitely mushroom pieces. Let's give it a go. Ooh, definitely mushroom and quite a strong mushroom taste. I think they might have even cooked the pork in some mushroom, as it has a very, very strong mushroom flavor. This one I really enjoy. I think we might get a few refills of those. And let's also try this mystery item that we got from the dumpling station. Appears to be a very creamy, juicy type of meat. Maybe very, very fatty, as you can see here. It is a little bit on the fatty side. I can chip off fat pieces. Let's give it a try. Sometimes things that are too greasy can get a little bit weird. It does remind me a little bit of the oxtail that I had in Wok Dao. It has that kind of gelatinous fattiness. Also in a spicy chili sauce. They do love their chili sauce in this buffet. It got to the point where it became a little bit too much now, so I'll have to take a sip of the beer. Newly added beer, by the way. It is free flow beer, and unlike some other buffets, you don't need to hunt the stuff down to get a refill. Here they take really good care of you, and they do fill up the glass for you before you run out. And while we are trying all the different dishes, Mira just found her favorites already. It is the pumpkin flour along with a nice fish here. She even put some sauce on the fish, wow.
I love this one.
And sometimes it is just better to find your favorite items at the buffet and just get refills over and over again. We, however, have to try more things as we are here for the experience, not for the indulgence, even though we do like to indulge sometimes. And this buffet is a 4-hour buffet, so we will definitely have enough time to get many, many refills of our favorite dishes. And we finished up round 1. There used to be more dishes up here, but the staff is very attentive and already cleaned our table a couple of times. So let's head out and also check the grill outside. Let's grab some grilled seafood, the main item of this buffet. Oh, and now they even have some bread over here. And heading outside. Let's see what's available. Grab a plate first of all. Let's check out some of the ready items here. The oysters. I think we should try one of the oysters with the cheese. Or actually, oh, they have the better version. Instead of cheese, why not do the fresh onions and fried garlic. And I think Mira also wants one. Let's get her this big one over here. Just excellent. Here they have some pork ribs, but this is a seafood buffet, so I think we will be skipping the meats. Over here some prawn and squid. Mira, you want the squid?
Squid, please.
She loves the squid, so this is some grilled squid. Let's take quite a bit because I know Mira loves it. I think that's enough for now. And here they have the fresh local fishes. Do you want to try any of that?
Pick one.
One of this. And here more items are being grilled. Nice little area here, and it also appears that there is the option to possibly get a table out there, but maybe this is only limited to hotel clients. And let's also grab some seafood for the delivery. These you grab cold and they cook them for you. What would you like, Mira? Let's grab some of the scallops here for Mira. We do like scallops, so I will also get some extra for us. The double scallop. I think that's enough for now.
One.
Let's try this thing here. Looks a little bit weird. Is it a mussel or is it something else? They also have razor clams, but I've been eating them so much, I think I'll take a break today. Do you want any of the snails or any of the little clams? So you want some of that? Let's take one from back here. Comes with a snail, but we only want the clam. Then the closed one. And some of the little snails here, sea snails. These are Mira's favorite, not exactly my type of thing. I like scallop, I also like oyster, but the snails not so much. On second thought, let's just try one, just to try out the quality. And finally, some lovely shrimp. This is the main seafood item. And let's just get two more, as we are two people. I think that's enough. These will be cooked and delivered to our table. Thank you. And before we leave, let's take the necessary condiments here. Some green chili or wasabi, we will have to find out. And this is chili sauce. Maybe it's sweet chili if we're lucky. If not, it's Mira's.
What is it?
Look just how full this place is. Every table is filled. I think there might have been a bus or something, as all these people arrived very suddenly. Here the seafood on ice, nicely lit up. And even some sushi items. Let's also try some of the sushi items. Let's grab another plate for the sushi. I think we should start with some classic salmon on top of rice. And also this piece with the green on top, I have no idea what this is. It has something bright green, which appears to be a fish item, very strange. And Mira wants the last shrimp piece over here, shrimp with some mayo in the middle by the looks of it. I think that's enough, as sushi with rice is filling. We are going to get some of the sashimi though. Let's just do two of the tuna. Let's just only do one of the salmon, as it tends to be quite fatty. Just one more spoonful of the soy sauce. To put some of the wasabi in the soy sauce. And with our grilled seafood order placed and our sushi at hand, let's head back to the table. And our seafood plate has been delivered. Look how nice. But I think as this is still very hot, we should start with some of the sushi items first. So no chopsticks here, just good old fork. Let's try some of the tuna. For this though, we will have to do some soy sauce, so let's dip it in the soy sauce. Very fresh and very fatty. Soy sauce provides just the necessary amount of saltiness, and the piece just melted in the mouth. It's already gone just a few seconds later. Very nice. I think this is an extra item. This is not part of the fish, as you can see. I just want to see what this is. So before we try the rice, let's just cut a little bit of the green thing and see what it tastes like. Oh, it is fish roe. It's like a paste made out of fish roe. But the moment I bite on it, I could hear it popping everywhere. Like, huh? How is this a fish roe? Let me show it to you. It's very weird, but it is fish roe. Maybe fish roe pressed together to the point that it forms like a solid chunk like that. Very funny the way it explodes in the mouth. So now that we know what it is, let's try this sushi piece with the fish along with the fish roe thingy wrapped in a thin slice of seaweed. And let's make it just a little bit spicy. This one doesn't need much. And the same pop is going on here. Everything just popping in the mouth. It is definitely interesting. I just told Mira what this is. She will try the last piece over here.
Is it good for sure?
Should be good, yes. Give it a try. It's very interesting.
Normally I don't like the fresh fish, but I will try it. Something weird, but it's nice.
You feel the little fish roe balls popping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely fish egg popping in your mouth. Very interesting, and not so much the fish roe, as you can find sushi served with fish roe, but the texture of the fish roe and the fact that they pressed it together in the form of a paste almost is new to me, and apparently also new to Mira. So maybe this is something that's unique to this buffet, or if you've experienced this before, please give us a comment down below. We would be interested in knowing if this is common in other Asian countries. And with that, let's continue with some of the grilled seafood. So on this plate we have some oysters. This is Mira squid. We're not touching that, but we will try some of the fish. Let's start with the oyster though. And this one we do have to use the fork because they're pretty stuck usually. Okay, it's freed up now. Look what a nice bite that is. And this one doesn't have the peanut that the one in All Seasons had, so it's probably a little bit inferior to that. Let's try though. Ooh. This one has quite a bit of a seafood taste. The last time it had barely any seafood taste. It was just onion, nuts and creaminess. This one is a little bit more seafoody, still very fresh and tasty though, really enjoyable. And let's pass the second oyster to Mira.
Thank you.
He's trying to de-shell it. Sometimes it can be a little bit sticky. Mine went out easily this time. This one looks more stubborn. And she will have to assist it with a knife a little. This one has quite a thick base down here, which holds everything together. Means that it is really fresh though, and we managed to get it off.
If it had peanuts, it could be better.
Yeah, completely agree with that. The peanut just takes it to a whole different dimension. And the other one we tried also had a lot more fresh onions as well. Those also add a wonderful taste to the oyster. This one's still very good though, very fresh and tasty. Cleaning duty for Mira today, but that's how it is sometimes. Someone has to film, the other person has to do the dirty job. And the wonderful stuff is helping us clean up the plate.
Thank you.
Thank you. And take a look at this plate. Even after Mira took away the shrimp, it still looks wonderful. What a nice seafood plate.
Thank you.
So we will start with one scallop here. So let's do a close-up actually, much better this way. And try to get it off. This is very stuck. You have to apply quite a bit of force and manage to get it off though. Also with some fresh greens on top. That's a new favorite for sure. The scallop just tastes wonderful. Has a little bit of a crunch to it as well. Really, really nice. And our wonderful wife right here cleaned up 2 shrimps for us. So she passed over the shrimp. So let's try some. I think it's time for us to try some of these dips right here. Let's see if this is wasabi or if it is spicy chili. I think it's just chili. Not very aromatic, just instant spice kick. The shrimp is very good though, really nice and fresh shrimp. That's wonderful. And Mira also cleaned up some fish. It is a local fish, a Vietnamese fish, locally sourced. This piece is for us, wonderful. Small fish like this does have bones though, so we need to be extra careful. I think if it were to have bones though, they would be tiny, so I think it's just safe to bite through it. Oh, wow. Actually, no bones. It has the nice charred taste from the grill. You can definitely feel that it's been grilled rather than boiled or fried. Not as flavorful as the big fish, but definitely has a more unique taste to it. Could potentially even be a river fish, I'm not sure. And the second piece, really nice. I think it does have bones, but they're so little that you can barely feel them. They just break apart. And after many rounds of seafood, I think we've come to the point where we just cannot do anymore. We can't handle it. So with that, we just have enough room left for some dessert, and we will wrap this one up. Everything was excellent though here. All the seafood were super fresh. We enjoyed nearly everything. So let's head out for some dessert. As I saw, they had some very nice items. And the buffet has died out a little bit already. They also had some cold seafood, but with the grill out there, we just couldn't do both. However, look at that. I think we will just do one of the chocolate opera over here. It looks very interesting. And let's just take one right here. Oh, falls apart a little. Managed to save it. They have a mini shoe here. Ooh, this one is on the harder side though. I thought shoe were supposed to be soft, but maybe not all shoe are made equal. And here we have a panna cotta, which we will do. However, I'm more interested in that cheesecake up here. Here they have a lemon tart. We do like lemon and some lime by the looks of it. And also the pandan cake just looks excellent. Let's grab a piece. Just beautiful. Mira wants a sesame cake. Let's give her one. And I thought that was some kind of fruit on top of a biscuit, but nope, it is a mousse, a chocolate mousse. So this one might be a little bit tricky to grab though. Let's do it quickly. Perfect. And Mira is making an attempt at the cheesecake here. Kinda hard to cut. They put it at the worst possible location, but you have to stretch your arms a little. Just wonderful. And I'll be coming back for this panna cotta if we actually have some space left. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is the healthy kind of chocolate. That's why they mix fruit with dark chocolate, because both are very healthy. And where do we even start from? Just so many wonderful desserts here. I think we will do some of the cheesecake first. Let's pick it up that way. Broke apart, but that's okay. And apologies, I don't remember if this was mango or lemon cheesecake. We will find out. Appears to be a very light and airy cheesecake. I can't say I detect too much flavor. It's very, very light and transparent. Let's have another bite. Okay, so the cream is not a very thick or buttery one. It is one that dissolves very quickly in your mouth. At the top I think is mango, it's not lemon. I don't get any citrus from it, just a light sweetness. Overall, a very light cheesecake. And while it might not be bursting with flavor or be extra thick and creamy, it's still very refreshing and perfect for the hot Vietnamese weather. And let's try some of that mousse here. Ooh, this is a very soft mousse on top of some hard biscuit. Look at the mousse though, very nice and fluffy. And our piece is just covered in milk chocolate, just wonderful. Wow. Also very, very light and extremely airy. Just you put it in your mouth and it just disappears only seconds later. It's a very fluffy and airy cream. This one I have a feeling you can eat a lot. They will not make you feel bad or anything. It looks like they're using a very low-fat whipping cream and they make it as fluffy and as airy as possible. Still though, the taste managed to be quite nice. I think I like it. And let's try some of the pandan cake down here. Let's see if this one is a little bit more on the substantial side of things or if it's also very light and airy. Also the same kind of airiness, wow. I'd really like to take a look at how their pastry chef is making those. It is definitely a technique to make them this light and airy. I'm sure some people appreciate this. Me coming from Europe though, I'm used to eating sweets a little bit more on the fatty and sweet side, so not a huge fan, but I can't really say that they're bad either because the little taste that I get, it certainly is a nice taste. There isn't anything really foul hitting my taste buds, it's just that everything feels very light and fluffy. And after many additional rounds of seafood, we've reached a point where we just can't keep going anymore. We're very full at this point. So everything was perfect here at La Rive Gauche. We enjoyed pretty much everything from the appetizers all the way to the desserts. Even though the desserts could be a little bit on the sweeter side, they were still very enjoyable. Their fish was all very fresh, very tasty. So we will ask for the bill and we will see you outside.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am, sir.
Thank you so much. And this was La Rive Gauche. We really enjoyed our evening here. Wonderful dining experience. The seafood was just excellent. The grilled items, the ready items, also the fresh seafood. Everything was just perfect. Definitely a recommended place. The price that we paid was just under $35 per person, so also very affordable for a seafood. And the most important part, this one you can enjoy for up to 4 hours. We stayed there for almost 3 hours as we got quite a few refills. So we really enjoyed our evening here. I hope you enjoyed too. And until the next one, take very good care of yourselves and we will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching.